Hello everyone, this is Jigar. As you know me, a lot of you call me JD from the Virgin Hair Experts. One of the things we need to let you know is we have an office now. We have a local office here in the Carolinas. Uh, Here we are at our office in Fort Mill, South Carolina. We are about 10 to 15 minutes from the Charlotte Douglas Airport, so on the border of North and South Carolina. The other very good reason of making a video is, we really wanted to show you what we had to offer, all the different textures, because a lot of people ask about pictures and, I personally don't believe in pictures. I mean, especially we wholesale, we only sell to other businesses. And if you're starting your business or if you're a salon, I don't know what idea you're going to get from the pictures, because pictures are always like the same most of the time. And so we did want to go through all the textures on a video. I'm going to go through all our textures. As you know, we offer the raw Indian hair, but we also offer some other textures which are not which don't come from Indian temples. So I'm going to go through all the textures one by one and just go into a little bit detail of what each texture where it comes from and how it behaves and what care it needs and stuff like that. So I'm going to start with the most common Indian temple hair, which is Indian wavy. I would say about 85 to 90% of Indian women, they have this texture. This is like the most authentic Indian hair. 90% of the time, this is what you will find when you receive good quality Indian hair. So let me pick up some shorter lengths first, like the 18s and the 20s, and just to kind of give you an idea of how full the bundles are, because as a lot of people ask, how much hair do you provide? The bundles are 3.5 ounces, which is 100 grams, is pretty standard. But still, when you see a lot of 100 grams bundles, they won't look as full as our bundles, because one thing we don't do is we don't control the density. We just keep the hair as it comes from the donor. And so some bundles might be a little thinner, but some bundles you might get a lot of hair. We just don't mess with the densities. Another thing is, a lot of people ask, does your hair shed? I think I had a comb here. Where did I put the comb? Here it is. So, just to give you an idea about you're not going to see any shedding from the hair, even when I have 3 or 4 bundles together. Here are some longer lengths. A lot of time people want to see what's the density of the longer length. Now this is our 28. This is another 28-inch bundle. This is 26. Oh no, that's also 28. But that's all natural texture. There's nothing processed about it. The hair is going to keep this texture no matter how long you wear it. I have some people wearing it for a really long time now. You can wear this texture, you can style it however you want. You can curl it, you can flat iron it. It's going to go back to wavy without any styling. Just wash and condition it and it's going to go back to its natural texture, because this is the raw natural texture of the hair. It's unprocessed, and that's how it's going to stay all its life. So another texture that comes from Indian temples that we receive is the widely known as the Indian raw curly. This is a texture which like literally everybody wants, and there isn't enough available, because only 5 to 6% of total donors that give their hair at the temples, they have this texture. So this is where the maximum amount of cheating is done in the industry when it comes to Indian hair. People process it, they wash it, they make it look natural. But this is how your natural curly typically looks like. It's not like really curly. It's it's like a loose curly texture, but it's very coarse. It's coarse in nature, and that's why it holds the texture better, and it also gels better with the African American women's real hair, and that's probably one reason why you know people like that. So these are just some examples of the natural curly hair that we offer. Each bundle is different. You know, the bundles could be less to more curlier. They are not all same because they are unprocessed, but that's how they typically look. And that's natural curly. That's not processed. So you can flat iron it. You can wear it straight. You can style it however you want. Once washed and air dried, it's going to go back to its natural curly texture, which is this. You know, you see, there is no shading, because what we use is a very high quality glue when we seal the weft, starting from the thread and the glue and everything. You know, everywhere we take care of the quality. If you look at the wefts, you know, they're very precisely done. The wefts are not very thick either. So that's our natural curly texture. Another texture we offer is the silky straight. Now, you know, Indian temples, the South Indian temples don't offer silky straight hair. Indian women typically don't have silky straight hair. They have straight hair, but it's not silky straight hair, and they don't come typically from the Indian temples. So this hair is not from Indian temples, but it's still raw hair. It's totally unprocessed. This is the hair that we buy from donors, from young donors. For, I would say, the max age is 30 years. So very, very high quality hair for people who really want to wear their hair straight. You know, when it needs straight hair, you know, this is the hair you want. Same shelf life as our other hair. You know, we say 1 to 2 years with good maintenance. This is not anything that you buy from market which is processed. You know, that lasts for 3 to 6 months. This is not that stuff. This is all our hair. You know, is 100% cuticle intact hair and cuticle aligned hair. And what that means is every time you oil your hair or you condition your hair, you use good products, the hair is going to keep coming back to life every time, and you can use it as long as you want. You know, it's just about maintaining it. And I just have different lengths of this here. This is the 28 inches of our straight, and that's how the density looks on our 28. All our bundles are going to have good density. I mean, you know, of course, this hair is not going to shed at all because it's silky smooth, silky straight hair. So you're not going to see any shedding in this hair. Now, when I say that, you know, one thing I missed when I was showing you the wavy hair was our wavy closer. We also offer closers and frontals. And can you bring it closer? Just to show you the construction of it, it's very well made. It's the Swiss lace, very high quality lace. And the hair that we use is, this closer is going to last you over a year with a good maintenance. It has a good density. It's going to go with our wavy texture. That closer is beautiful. We have a very big following of wig makers who use our frontals. That's our wavy frontal. And just to show you the hairline, you know, they are pre-plucked, and it has a beautiful hairline that's pre-done, which of course reduces your work. If you're a stylist, you work at a salon, you would know what I'm talking about. And that's how it looks from the back. And again, you know, these closers and frontals are very, very high quality. You're going to find any shading anywhere with our products. So that's our wavy closer. And since I was showing you the straight hair, I also like to show you our straight frontal. It's basically the similar product to the wavy, but just looks different. There's lots of hair on that frontal, you know, and again it's pre-plucked. And that's the straight closer. Again, it's very good density with very high quality hair on it. So that was our wavy, curly and straight hair. We do have one texture that is not raw. So these three textures, the straight, the wavy and the natural curly, are raw textures. They're absolutely not processed. So every time you wash it and let it dry, they're going to go back to this texture as long as you use it. We do have one texture which we steam it. We don't call it raw. A lot of people use word raw, virgin, Remy for anything they sell. You can't call this a raw texture, but this is a beautiful texture. It's the same hair material that we provide with our straight or wavy hair. We just steam it to make it tighter, because in raw hair there is no tight texture. You know, people sell raw hair which is tight, curly or whatever. There is no such thing as that we receive from the temples. So this hair is steamed to make it tighter for people who really want to wear it curly, you know, more curly hair. We have to steam process it to make it tighter. I just have some hair here to show you in the longer lengths with that. We sell a lot of this hair, you know. This texture is like a very hot texture. Same shelf life of 1 to 2 years with good maintenance. It's a beautiful texture, you know. The difference between this and the natural curly, if you decide to flat iron this to straight, it's going to get loose. It's not going to go back to this tight curly. The natural curly will always go back to curly because it's natural. This is processed, you know, it's steamed, you know. The curls are going to last really long. I mean, almost as long as you use, you know, it'll get loose, but the curls are going to last pretty long. But it's not going to go back to this curly texture if you decide to flat iron it. So this is for people who really want to wear it curly. This is the matching closer for that texture. This is washed and dried. So just to give you an idea how the hair is going to look after you wash it, you know, this is washed and air dried, this closer. This is how the texture looks after let it dry naturally. These are like the shorter bundles. So those are the 4 textures that we offer. 3 of them are raw textures. One of them is steamed, so we call it processed. It's not raw, but it's still a very good quality hair. And then we offer the closers and frontals with the straight, the wavy and the deep curly texture, which is this. We do not make closers and frontals with a natural curly because it's very coarse texture, and to put it on lace and to make it last long it's very difficult. So we kind of avoid making those in that texture. So for someone who wants the matching closer and frontals, the deep curly is the texture for you. We also recently started making wigs. You know, we have been testing it for about a year now on different customers, and the results have been fantastic. People have been wearing it for over a year now, and they are very happy about it. So finally we decided we are going to start offering wigs to our wholesale customers. Just have a few to show it to you here. This is our 16. Now another thing is all our products, in the closers and the frontals and the wigs, are going to be a little longer than what's printed on it. So this is our 16 wavy wig. You know, it's going to definitely look much longer than the 16. So just, you know, because people like longer wigs, and you know, we are going to offer this in 16, 18 and 20 for now in stock. And you know, anything longer than that will be a custom order, which will take time. This is going to be in stock all the time. But this is how the wig is going to look. It has a pretty good density. I mean, it's the same quality hair that we use for our closer, frontals, and you know, our bundles. Beautiful quality, almost zero to negligible shedding. I got one strand of hair here. So, and then this is how your wig is going to look from inside. going to have that small adjustable strap for small adjustments if you would like to do that. That's let me open the whole thing. That's how it's going to look. Very well constructed, very strong and sturdy. The lace is the same quality we use with our other products. Hair quality is the same. It's going to last you really long. Like this wig is made of really high quality cuticle aligned and cuticle intact hair. Same construction. This is in straight hair. This is 16 straight wig. I just picked up 16 because I just wanted to show you how long the 16 looks. The 18 and the 20 are going to be really long wigs. So just to give you an idea. So these are all our unprocessed natural color products. Now we also offer the colored hair by custom orders. We're going to start offering the 613 in stock. I just have some of the hair here to show you that this is our 613. That's 18 inches. That's 24, just to give you an idea. That's 20. A lot of times, you know, girls reach out to me to ask, you know, like, can this hair be colored or bleached to absolute snow white or light, you know, like 60 or 613. So yeah, you can, you know, this hair is virgin hair, and you can lift it to any shade. So even after that processing, the hair is in pretty good shape. Like usually when the hair is bleached to 613, you know, the hair gets weak and it sheds a little bit. I'm not going to say it's not going to shed at all. You're going to have few broken strands here and there, but it's going to stay. If you do it right, it's going to stay good. Now, one thing about the Indian hair, you know, a lot of girls at the salon are not exposed to the real Indian hair, and so when you try to bleach the Indian hair, it has to be done in stages, like, you know, a little bit at a time. You can't have the natural color lift to 613 in few hours. When you try to do that, sometimes the Indian hair is going to give up, because Indian hair is very fine and soft in nature. The Chinese hair is thicker, it's more resistant, and you can do some of that stuff with Chinese hair, but we recommend not to do it with Indian hair. If you give it a time and do it in stages, it's going to come out really well. Like you see, the results are right here. You know, and we offer this. We are going to have this in stock, the 613. The other colors could be done by custom orders, but we need time for that. Like this is just an example of another color. This is number 8. Yeah, so we will be offering other colors and stuff. I don't know if you're going to keep them in stock here in the US, but we'll definitely offer other colors by custom orders. 613, we are going to have them in stock. One thing I totally forgot before we made this video to keep here is the 613 closers and 613 frontals. Yeah, we are going to have those as well. In fact, we have those. I just don't have them here today. It's one thing I'm missing, and I'm sorry about that. But we'll try to put some video or pictures of that on the website. So I don't think the video is obviously better than the pictures, but I don't think it gives you a total idea of the quality if you are a salon or if you're starting an online store, and you know, but I think it does enough to give you an idea that, you know, to check into something, you know, I think. But what I will say is, try to understand your hair before falling in the business. You know, a lot of people, when they reach out to me, they are stuck with a lot of hair they can't get rid of. You know, the amounts are like $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, and when you realize you are into something that you didn't, you know, the quality is not good, it's too late, and you know, you just can't decide on doing business based on the price and the pictures or the videos. You know, I would say understand your hair. You know, when your vendor offers you Brazilian hair, that everyone is crazy about the Brazilian hair, and ask him why my Brazilian hair comes from China. Why can't it come from Brazil? You know, if you're Malaysian hair, if you're crazy about Malaysian hair, why does your Malaysian hair comes from China? Why can't it come from Malaysia? So these are the questions you need to ask yourself, when you're trying to do a business. Because if you don't understand your product, you're not going to pass it on to your customers. And that's the recipe for failure right there. And even when you buy Indian hair, Indian hair is good. India is the only country where people go to temples and they donate hair. And that's why there's a process to it where the hair is maintained in one direction, and we can control the quality of it. But again, not everything that comes from India is going to be good quality. India is a huge country, just like China. So your hair could be coming from an old donor. Old donor means more gray hair. The hair is not stronger, which means either the factory is chemically treating the hair to cover the gray. But everything is sold as Remy, everything is sold as virgin, and people try to keep the prices low, and that's where all these compromises are done. But if you understand your product, then no one can cheat you. So I'm not saying that this explains our quality, but what I'm saying is we are here, we have an office, we have a local office now. So feel free to reach out, take a flight. We are 15 minutes from Charlotte Douglas Airport, and Charlotte has the best connections. Drive down here, for a meeting, and it's better than it's cheaper than flying to China or India, and at least you have a local contact and local supply. And another biggest thing is the supply time. What I have seen is a lot of people go wrong in the business because the turnaround time is so long. To get the hair from India and China takes forever, and we dispatch everything locally, so it gets to you between 2 to 3 business days. Unless you are on the West Coast, the ground service takes about 5 days, but even that could be sent faster if you want. So I think that's where we'll keep it for now, for today. My website and my phone number are going to show up on the video like always. You can but here's the thing, only reach out to me if you are a business. My website says that we only sell to businesses. If you're a salon, or if you're a stylist who works at the salon, if you're trying to open an online store, if you're an existing business, that's who we sell to. We do not retail. However, I appreciate each one of you taking time to watch this video, whether it be a retail customer or it be a business. I really, really appreciate you, and I'm very thankful to everyone who has supported us. As you see, we are progressing. Thanks to you, thanks to the continuous support, and I look forward to meeting new clients and doing business with you all. Thanks again for all the support.